Welcome to Beat Diabetes. I'm Dennis Pollock, and I have here
Benedicta Pollock,
who happens to be my wife and my assistant in Beat Diabetes. Thanks for being a part of this.
Thank you for inviting me in.
Well, you're kind of the star of the show here.
Am I?
I was looking through this book that I wrote some years ago.
Okay.
And I ran across a blood sugar test that we did. And I was just shocked. I say shocked at the results that you got.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I titled this video, The Most Shocking Blood Sugar Test I Ever Did.
The results really shocked you?
The results shocked me. It wasn't a test on me, it was a test on you.
A test on me shocked you?
A test on you shocked me, that's right.
Okay.
So we tested something similar to these. I won't say the exact ones, but these are blueberry muffins.
Yeah?
Actually, they're called blueberry strudel muffins. And as you could imagine, they are high carb and high sugar and high white flour. I mean, all the enemies of diabetics, pre-diabetics, and really humanity, period, are loaded into these blueberry muffins. And, you know, I'm going to do something today I don't do as much as I used to. When I started out, I would usually run a number of tests, blood sugar tests, with high-carb foods every year. And sometimes people even warn me. They say, Dennis, you shouldn't treat your body that way, you know, just to do these tests. And I've slowed down. I hate high blood sugar numbers.
Yeah.
And so this may be the last one I do this year, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably the first one I've done this year, eating a high-carb food, high-sugar, high-flour food, just for the sake of YouTube and for the sake of you that are watching this video.
Right.
Anyway, let's get back to the original shocking test. Shocking, I say, shocking.
Yeah.
I tested you and myself with high carb, high sugar, high flour muffins.
Okay.
But you got the worst of the deal because I gave you extra big ones. So the muffins you ate on this test that shocked me so much when I read it, I had forgotten about it. It's actually on YouTube, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to go to see the original one. It goes back quite a few years. Anyway, you were at 95 before you ate two big whopping muffins. 55 grams of carbs per muffin. 110 grams of carbs. Enough to make an elephant's blood sugar rise. And yet, you were at 95 before you started. And an hour after eating, when your blood sugar should be pretty much hitting its peak, you were at 97. Oh, no, excuse me, 97. Let's get this right, Dennis.
You got a chart for it?
I've got a chart here in this book. Yeah, you were at 97 to start with. 99 an hour later after eating.
Really?
You rose two little scrawny, pathetic, sad little points.
That really shocked you.
After those big monsters. Now, I ate less. I had only 1.5 muffins. You had 2. Plus, my muffins were not quite as sugary. So I ended up with 66 grams compared to your 110. So I ate a lot less carbs.
Yeah.
Yet I went from 103 to 183. I jumped 80 points.
Oh, you did.
You jumped 2 points. So as I read this shocking blood sugar test, shocking on your point, my test wasn't shocking at all. I knew it would rise, and it did, so no surprise there. But yours, I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, I think my body, handled it really good.
Oh, it absolutely did.
Yeah.
Now, when I read this,
Yeah.
I asked myself a question.
Yeah.
I said, Self,
Yep.
could she still do that today?
I don't know.
I mean, 7+
Maybe
years
not.
have passed since those days,
Yeah.
which means you're 7+ years older than you were.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Might have even gained a few pounds, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, dear Lord.
Could you still have that kind of results? Now, if I had to guess, my guess would be you won't do as well, but maybe you will. What do you think? Do you think you can do as good now as you did 7+ years ago?
As we age, our body, gets into progressing into aging. And at the same time, it doesn't really handle so many things the way it used to.
Yeah.
So I'm just praying and believing God, like, God, do not let my body disappoint me right now. Because the dentist has really put me to taste right here. I can't help it.
Now, in the book, I would usually make a comment after one of these blood sugar tests that I wrote in the book. So I want to read what I commented on after telling your little 2 scrawny point rise.
Okay.
I said, I'm jealous. Benedicta's body is so efficient processing carbs and sugars, she can ingest a whopping 110 grams of net carbs and her blood sugar jumps a scrawny 2 points. We mentioned that. Mm-hmm. If she didn't know better, she might easily do this test and conclude that blueberry muffins do not raise blood sugar. You'd be like, well.
Yeah, go for it.
Why not everybody eat them? Look what they did to me, nothing. Mm-hmm. And to prove her point, she could show her blood sugar barely moved after eating these enormous blueberry muffins. Yeah. But this proves nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
Nothing of the sort. Mm. Her test only reveals that she has a pancreas that works very well and little insulin resistance. I think I should have said no insulin resistance at that point. I mean, if you can eat 2 55-gram carb muffins, 110 total, and you really don't rise at all because 2 points means nothing.
Yeah.
It means you just don't have any insulin resistance at all. This often fools a lot of people, I wrote. They criticize us who warn about rice or fruit or potatoes. It may not seem fair, but the truth is some folks can eat high-carb foods and have little blood sugar rise, while others cannot. Yeah. Some people can get away with certain things, others cannot. You say, Dennis, that's not fair. Well, maybe not, but that's how life is.
Yeah.
And that's why diabetics have to do things and switch foods and make alternatives that non-diabetics don't.
Yeah.
So here we go, back down memory lane. We've got these. Now, these aren't quite as many carbs. These are 44 grams per muffin. The previous test was 55, so you're not getting 110. You're getting 88 grams of carbs. And I'm going to eat, as I did before, 1.5 muffins, which would be 66, which is about what I had the last time. I rose 80 points. You rose 2 points. Will we repeat? Only time and a blood sugar test will tell. So we are going to eat these as our lunch. It's about lunchtime here at the Pollock household. She's going to eat 2. I'm going to eat 1.5.
No, you're eating 2.
No, I'm not. One thing she has a hard time remembering is who's the director and who's the talent. She's the talent. I'm the director.
Right.
And the producer. And the executive producer and all the rest.
The producer get to tell how much he gonna eat.
So anyway, we're going to be back. We're going to eat our muffins, watch something on TV, drink some coffee. We will have coffee just like we did before. And we'll actually do your blood sugar on camera. So you'll know and they'll know at the same time.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Steve.
Just how Benedicta of today compares with Benedicta of 7+ years ago.
Right. That would be something, all right.
We are back. How did you enjoy those muffins?
It was good and sweet.
Very sweet, very good. Yeah, with coffee. If I didn't have the coffee, I think it would have been too sweet. But with the coffee kind of balancing it all out, I guess that's what you call a balanced meal, right? Muffins and coffee.
No.
Don't tell anybody I said that. Little beat diabetes humor here.
Yeah.
But, I was looking at the previous test 7 years ago, and our pre-tests were, 1 point off. You had a 97 7 years ago, and this one was a 96.
Yep.
I had a 103, and this one was a 104. So, we were just dead on with our pre-test. But the real question is, where will we end up with our peaks?
Yeah, that's...
And since you're the main star of this thing,
don't put me on the line.
You're the big babam. You're the big cheese. You're the head honcho.
No.
We're going to find out if Benedicta can repeat that 2-point glucose rise that she did.
Maybe not.
7 years earlier with a 7-year younger Benedicta. So let's go ahead.
No, to clear the whole thing, I'm not going to bet on this.
Well, no. We wouldn't bet anyway, but go ahead. Give yourself a punch.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. That's why.
She didn't get a 2-point rise. You got a 58 point, nearly a 60-point rise, which...
Thanks a lot.
The 7 years later, Benedicta, isn't quite got the same...
7 good years, sweetie, not 7 days.
Did I say 7 days?
7 years.
Right. All right. The question is, how will I do 7 years later?
Yeah, let's see.
I had an 80-point rise, so I don't have much. The bar's pretty low for me. I don't have much to live up.
I ate 2, you ate 1.5. Don't even brag about this though.
But that's what I did last time.
See?
171. I actually did better this time than I did the last time.
Okay.
I did a little better, not a lot better. 171 is nothing to brag about, but did a little better. And you did significantly worse, but you still beat me with your 2. You just went up to 155. With my 1.5, I went up to 171. So I would say this is one reason why you really never can quite stop testing. A lot of times people say, well, I know how foods are going to affect me now. I've done enough tests. I don't need to test anymore. Well, maybe not for a while, but as the years roll by, you're going to have to keep doing some tests here and there to just see how you compare with the you of previous years. And basically what this means for you, my love, is you got to be a little more careful than maybe you were before.
Yeah, surely not eating this again.
Because you're not who you used to be, and I'm not who I used.
Okay.
I'm not who I used to be.
Got that.
And if the Lord should give us 7 more years, and we come back 7 years from now and do this same test again, which maybe we will, be interesting to see if we're any worse or better at that point.
Lord help us, Jesus.
So the bad news is, yeah, she's probably never going to be at that 2-point rise anymore.
Yeah.
The good news is, in my case, I'm really no worse off than I was 7 years ago. My insulin sensitivity is as good, maybe slightly better. I still, am not exactly insulin sensitive, but I'm not too bad. You're still ahead of me, but you're catching up, which is one thing you don't want to do, right?
Catching up with...
You don't want to catch up with this old guy. You want to stay well behind him when it comes to glucose spikes.
What do you think I should do about this? Like not eat too much sugary food?
Yeah, you got to cut the sugars and carbs. Well, you don't hardly eat sugar anyway, much.
Oh, I don't.
At all. Unless you're a real naughty girl for some reason, but you hardly are. I mean, sometimes you'll eat a little rice that I wouldn't touch. But anyway...
Now you're telling them I'm eating rice, don't you?
Just ignore that last statement. All right, so let the people know what they should do if they like this video.
If you like this video, please don't forget to comment below and like the video and subscribe if you have not subscribed. And you can share the video, and if you want to try the muffin, you can try and come back and tell us what, taste it and come and tell us what your scores are.
And notice she said if you want to. We're not telling you. You should.
Yeah, we're not telling you.
And most of the people watching this channel, the last thing you need to do is eat regular blueberry muffins. There are low-carb versions, and we'll put a link to one of our low-carb blueberry muffin tests as well. But the kind we ate today is really a no-no unless just for experimental purposes. God bless. See you again soon. Probably most of you know my wife Benedicta, but few of you know the amazing paths God has led her to bring her to where she is today. Benedicta was orphaned at an early age and lived with an elderly stepmother growing to adolescence. They were so poor, Benedicta had to drop out of school and sell food door to door for them to survive. As a teen, Benedicta got a job as a housemaid, which developed into a nightmare. She was required to cook, clean, wash, take care of the children, and she had to get up at 4 a.m. every day just to get her work started. Worse than that, she was frequently beaten. At around 20, she moved to the huge city of Lagos, where she started her own little business. Sometimes she prospered, but at other times she nearly starved and went days at a time without eating. At one point, she became so sick she passed out in her room and nearly died. She found herself outside of her body, and she was able to see the splendors of heaven until she was sent back with a command to share her story. One day, however, her life changed when an American evangelist came to her community to preach. And of course, that was me. The rest, as they say, is history. Benedicta has shared her life story in a recently published autobiography, and you can get it on Amazon as either an ebook or a paperback. A link to this book on Amazon is in the description.